Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we're going to be repairing a vintage Smurf, because if you watch my channel recently you'll have seen I've done a couple of videos on Smurfs. I repaired this Astro Smurf, made him a new helmet, and I've also reviewed this vintage garden Super Smurf, which was one that I had as a child. And during that video I mentioned that we used to pick up the Smurfs at the National Petrol Station, and I remember another Smurf that I had growing up, which was the National Petrol Pump Attendant Smurf. So I wanted to get that again, and I've just managed to buy one on eBay, and it's turned up. I've not actually had a look at it yet, so it's still wrapped in the bubble wrap it came in. I know it needs a little bit of work, but that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's start off by unwrapping it. We'll see what needs doing, and then we'll fix it up and get it all working and ready to go back on display. So here it is. As I say, I picked this up off eBay. I've seen them going from between sort of 15 and 20 pounds for a complete one. I managed to grab this for 10 pounds, and I think that's because it needed a little bit of work. I don't think it's anything serious. It mainly seems to be the stickers that are the problem, but it was cheap enough to make me grab it. So here it is. Let's open it up and we'll see what's inside this bubble wrap and see what needs fixing. So there you can go. You can see this is the pump or attendant, or the sort of petrol station attendant Smurf. So there we have the Smurf himself. He's looking in really quite nice condition, a bit grubby, a bit dirty, but nothing seems to be too wrong with him. So I think just a good clean, and that will smarten up quite nicely. Then we have the petrol pump part itself. So you can see that comes in a few pieces. I remember it coming in pieces. You could actually take it all apart if I remember rightly. We can, yeah, all of these bits sort of unhook. So we've got some sticker problems here. We've got this sticker's looking a bit tired and is starting to come away. You can see the top sticker there has come off as well, so that will need reattaching. What I'm actually planning to do is to scan these stickers in, because I'm sure there are plenty of Smurf collectors out here with the stickers on this petrol pump missing. So I thought if I scan them in and make replacement versions, then anyone who has this can get it all fixed up. So yeah, we need to do a little bit of cleaning up on that, tidying up. I'll just scan those stickers in, make them work. Then we have the little pump itself. That's looking quite good. There's a little bit of rubber hose here. It's got quite a kink in it, so I might replace that, because I'm sure I've got some hose that will work. Otherwise though, maybe just a bit dirty, so it's actually not too much work that needs doing, maybe just some sticker repair. So let's try and put it together, and we'll see if it all sort of sits quite nicely. So remember, that fits in there. This little pump thing should go on the end of that hose there. Just push that in like so, and that fits in the top of there. And if I remember, this can either hook in there, which it does, or you're supposed to put it in the Smurf's hand like that, so you can be giving petrol to a car. So actually, it's not looking too bad at all. I think a good clean and some sticker repair, and we should be able to get this working quite nicely. As you can see though, the hose has quite a kink in it. I've definitely got some replacement hose that I bought for something else that will do the job, so I'm going to replace that as well. So the first thing I want to do is actually just see how many of these stickers are just going to fall off. They all look like they're about to come away, and it would be a lot easier to scan them in if they actually did fall off at the petrol pump there. So let's see if we can prise a couple of those off, then we'll give everything a good clean. Then I could go about recreating these stickers, and we'll sort everything else out after that. So yeah, let's see if these stickers actually come off. Okay, well, as you can see, one of them has already fallen off. That had fallen off in the packet. We can see if these all come off. They look like they're about to fall away. The glue is really dried out, nothing much is holding it on. So you can see that one's come off quite nicely. It's just going to make it a lot easier to scan these in if they come off. Let's see if any of these ones are loose as well. Oh yeah, that one's loose. Look, it's barely held on. Might as well remove all of these, then it would make it a lot easier to wash as well. So we can take that off. How's this one doing? Again, yeah, you can see it's really dried out. The glue is barely holding anything on. Yeah, let's just take those off completely. Then we can really give everything a very good clean. I'll scan those in, and yeah, that should be a lot easier to tidy up. Take the bottom part of this off. Does that middle section come out? I don't think it does. So yeah, that's all that. And then we've got these two little National logos on the bottom part. We'll see if these are loose as well. If judging by the glue on everything else, these may come off quite easily. No, actually those feel like they're on. Yeah, those don't feel like they're going to come off. So I'll leave those on. I'll still be able to scan them in because it's on a fairly flat surface. So I can scan those in, and we can still make replacements of them. But otherwise, that's made that a lot easier to tidy up. So let's get this all cleaned up. I'm going to use some hot soapy water and a toothbrush to give everything a good clean, because there's a lot of dust and grime on this. We'll tidy all of these up, and I'll also scan these stickers in and repair and tidy them up in Photoshop to make some replacement ones. I will be sticking these original ones back on here, but if anyone needs replacements, I'll make a file available. So let's give everything a good clean. I don't want to get this sticker wet, so I'll be particularly careful with this piece, but we'll get everything else nice and clean, and we can then start repairing this toy. Okay, and I'm now back at my desk. Everything is nice and clean, and I've spent some time in Photoshop recreating these stickers. So if you have this version of the Smurf with the petrol pump missing stickers, head on over to toy-polloi and you can download those for free. And if you want to see all of the Photoshop work in real time, then head on over to toy-polloi 2, where I upload all sorts of extra content. So now we need to get this back together. The first thing we do is actually re-stick all of these stickers. I'm not going to use the new ones that I've made. I want to put these original ones on. They've got a little bit of aging to them. You can see there's a few little spots and age spots on there, but overall they are in really nice condition. So I'm going to re-stick those on first, and to do that we will be using some Pritt stick. So let's get sticking. So the reason I use Pritt stick is because it doesn't damage anything. It's a very good way of sticking things back onto plastic. It's not going to affect the plastic, and it's not going to affect the paper. So we'll be using this. I'll just open that up. I've got a pair of tweezers here because these stickers are particularly small, and I'm just going to use a piece of paper here and very carefully put the glue on the back of the sticker, making sure to get all of the areas covered. It takes a little while to dry, so you don't have to be particularly sort of fast doing this. I can just carefully put this in place, make sure it's up the right way. I'll stick that down, push it down, and that glue will dry, and then that sticker will be nice and stuck. That's already looking much better. So we do the same with these really small stickers. These are the ones that I'm a little bit sort of concerned about losing, so I'm going to carefully do these. Again, just put a bit of glue on the back of that. Some on there. Then I can use my tweezers. It's already stuck to my finger. I'll stick that back on. Stick that back on really neatly. When I took these off, they were actually quite wonky. So I can't remember if you actually stuck these stickers on, you know, from the box. Did these stickers come separate to the petrol pump? It was a very long time ago that I got this set. I must have been, I'm going to say 6 or 7, something like that. And I don't remember sticking the stickers on, but that doesn't mean that that wasn't what you had to do. So it might be that that's why these are all a bit wonky, or they were just very rushly applied in a factory. That's another good reason for stickers to be applied wonky when people are doing them in a real rush. So let's get these stickers onto this side and we'll class this part as done. And we've got one final sticker there. Like so. There we go. Now we can start putting the pump back together. It's very simple really, you've only got a few pieces. So this is the base of the petrol pump part, so we'll put that on. I didn't replace the stickers on that as well, so you can see these are a little bit damaged, and these ones the glue hadn't dried, so I'm going to remove those and re-stick them. So we just pop that on there. We then put the top of the pump on like that. Then we have this little piece, which is what the hose attaches to, that goes onto the top there. Now the final thing I want to do on this is actually the hose, because the hose here, it's not in too bad condition, but it's got a sort of bad kink in the middle of it. You can see here if I bend it, it kinks at that point. And I could put that on, it would be fine, but I thought I might as well replace it, because I've been looking through my sort of supplies of pieces and I actually have a bit of hose that will do this job very nicely. And I would have thought that quite a few people will find that that hose is missing or damaged in some way, so I thought it would be a good thing to actually show you a way of replacing it. So what I have here is some spare tubing. So this I bought off eBay for another project and I never used it. It came from a company called Hilltop Products. So this is their web address here, so www.hilltop-products.co.uk, and this is 3mm diameter hosing, and the wall of the hosing is 0.5mm, and it seems an exact match. I think I did buy this off eBay, but it looks like their website, so you can buy all sorts of stuff there. So see, here is the hosing or the tubing, and that, if I line up the two together, is an exact match. It's pretty much the same thing. It's got the same feel to it, it's got the same sort of diameter end, and it will work really nicely. So what we've got to do is cut a piece of this new stuff, but we need to work out how long this original piece is. So I'll just use the measuring guide on my cutting mat here, and that is, it's exactly 10 centimeters. So we need a 10 centimeter piece of this tubing. So I'll just again line that up on my cutting board here. So where is 10 centimeters? That is 10 centimeters. We'll cut that off. We've got a new piece of hose. So let's put this back onto the petrol pump. So that should fit quite nicely on there, which it does. I'll take this piece off again just so I can put this on there. And that fits very nicely on there. And there we go, a new piece of hosing for the petrol pump attendant Smurf. So look at that, very nice. And there we go, that is the finished petrol pump attendant Smurf, or the National Smurf as it's called. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. It didn't take a huge amount of work, but it was worth doing. Resticking the stickers obviously has made quite a big difference, and if any of you out there have this with the stickers missing, as I say, you can now go and get that file for free from toy-polloi.com. You'll need to print it out onto some sticky backed matte paper and then cut it to size, but it will do the job very nicely. And then we have the small amount of tubing that I've replaced. The original bit of tubing would have done, but I wanted something without that kink into it, so because I'd already got some that I'd purchased for another project, it seems sensible to do. I've done a couple of other videos on Smurfs recently. I wasn't intending to sort of start collecting them again, but there's a few that have really stuck in my mind and I wanted to get back into my collection, so this is one of those. Will I be getting more? At the moment I'm going to say no, but that doesn't mean that I won't be, because certainly there are a few others that I have strong memories to, so it may be that I come back to getting a few more of them and adding those to my collection, but for now I'm happy with the few that I have. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.